later. Right. So back to the disadvantages of these. Like I said, these are the Cosmos skates. Cosmos skate shells on FR 110 frames, and then 2 FR wheels, and then one other wheel. So basically, I got to the disadvantages where it was like I mentioned slower acceleration, where I said earlier, if someone wears a 110, someone wears an 80, and then they just take off, whoever is in the 80 will take off quicker than whoever is in the 110, just because these are taller to the ground and they are heavier, and they will take quite a little bit of time to get going. But then one main advantage will be once they get going, they really do get going. So that's about one disadvantage. The disadvantage number two would be reduced maneuverability. If you have bigger wheels and you are very high off the ground, then it's quite difficult to just like, go in between places, especially if you are skating in the city and doing tricks and stuff like that. Because these are bigger and you would have to like, going straight would be easier than trying to go in the way. Like just imagine a bus and a motorbike, it would be much difficult for the bus to like maneuver through traffic, whereas the motorbike would just like go in between. So let's just say this 110 will be like the bus, and then the motorbike would be like the 80 yeah. Another thing, another disadvantage is the 110s are heavier than the 80s. I mean, for obvious reasons, there is more wheel here, and then the frame has to be thicker, and you got three big wheels. Basically, this would carry a little more weight than these will, unless of course you're comparing a 110 to an aggressive skate, which I know some of them can be very heavy. And then the last and final thing will be skating bigger wheels require more technique than skating 80 mm. For 80s, you're already lower to the ground, you can maneuver and all of that. But for bigger wheels, if you see anyone skating big wheels in the city and they're like, really going through stuff, then that takes quite higher skill. So just generally, I wouldn't recommend three-wheel skates for people that are just learning to skate, unless of course your goal is to just maybe go the distance, then that's fine. You can start on these. But if your goal is to like do tricks and stuff, I recommend you go 80 first, and then you slowly go on to a 110. And would I recommend 110 skates for beginners? Of course, I recommend them for beginners because you can just, start from these and learn with these and then get good on the 110s. And for 80 it's a no-brainer. I mean, once you have an 80 it's just easier to go on from there to a 110. But if you do want to just buy a 110 and start from riding a 110, it's still great. 110s are great. You can learn on this. It's just a lot of techniques will take you some time to get, as these are higher off the ground. The boys are texting, as these are higher off the ground, and yeah, higher off the ground basically. And like I was explaining earlier, because they are higher off the ground, your center of gravity is also quite high. So it's easier to sort of fall on the left or on the right. That is if you don't land the trick right or if you don't move right. Whereas on the smaller wheels, it's just, these are very small. It's not that easy to go this way or that way because it's already small and like super steady, lower center of gravity. And so that's about the skates. I really do hope this information is super helpful. But if you do have other questions, you can let me know in the comments below and I'll take those. And like I said, I'm only doing the continuation of the stream because I realized earlier in the afternoon that, like I was saying before, the stream, the stream cut at a certain point, and then I didn't know basically because I'm using the rear camera. I can see the camera, and so I have to use my laptop here to see what it looks like. And also that's why it was a mess in the first few minutes of it. And there is a couple other things I would like to talk about, but then I wouldn't do it in this stream. probably tomorrow I would make another one because it's past 1 a.m. midnight here. And yeah, that's about it. I would just want to end this one here. We continue the lovely conversation tomorrow where we talk about something else. So I got a couple new projects I want to talk about, and then something about my skate school, and then one other project with a different skate brand I would be revealing later. So there's just some super cool stuff happening. As always, you guys I really do appreciate you guys watching my channel. You know, it's really motivating to know there's a couple people watching. And it's only not motivating for me when I realize like, oh, you know, this video I put so much effort in got just 40 views. But then like 40 views is a lot of people, and I think it's time I started changing the way I looked at this whole YouTube thing, because it's something I really enjoy doing, and the numbers shouldn't really be, you get what I mean? Like the numbers shouldn't be why I'm doing it. So thank you guys so much for watching my Patreons. You guys are super, super amazing. Landa is always watching the live stream. I can see from there. I really appreciate you so much. And to all my Patreons, thanks so, so much for your support. I mean, it's really, really motivating to know you guys love what I do and then you support me. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Uh, have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are. Like I said, for me, it's the middle of the night. So I see you guys on another stream. Stay blessed. I love you all.